One mistake I see traders make all the time is buying at the top of a move and selling at the bottom. And most of the time, they don't even realize they are doing it. Let me show you something simple that can fix that, which is going to be premium and discount. Now, for this concept to work, we need a clear swing high and a swing low if it's a bearish order flow. But if it's a bullish order flow, we are going to be needing a clear swing low and swing high. Now, let's start with the bullish order flow. If it's a bullish order flow, we need a swing low and a swing high, right? Then if it's a then if it's a bearish one, we're going to be needing a excuse me. You are going to be needing a clear swing high and a swing. What's happening? Sorry. It's been a clear swing high and a swing low, right? So we are working within this range. Because without this range, this concept is entirely useless. You have to know like what the market is currently in, the order flow, like the trend might be bullish or bearish. So let me annotate this to make it easier. This is like more of like a bullish order flow and a bearish order flow. A bearish order flow. Because you have to know what direction the market is actually moving in for you to be able to kind of implement this concept and make it fruitful as well. So this is a bullish order flow and this is a bearish order flow, right? All we have to do is just like know where we are in the market and know where we're going to like looking for setups. Basically, let's say we have something like this, which is the bullish order flow. I mean, we have situation where the price gives us the higher high, the higher low, the higher high, the higher low, the higher high, the higher low. So we have the higher high, the higher lows, and the, let's just say price gives us something like, price gives us something like higher high, then we've got this as the higher low, right? The order flow of the market is bullish this way, right? Then same thing applies to the bearish as well. Lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, and we've got lower high, right? Sorry. I'm turning this perfect. So basically, this is the order flow of the market, right? So every bullish order flow, all you have to do is just bring out our Fibonacci tool. We're going to mark out this range and this range like this, which is from the low to the high, because this is the range we are working with. Basically, this is the range that we're working with to know where we're going to be entering for setups in the market. This is the range that we are working with at the moment. Same thing too applies to the bearish order flow, the low and the high. This is the range that we're working with, right? So that is basically all you have to do is just bring out your Fibonacci tool, mark it out, and we have tools, right? What this Fibonacci tool is and tools does is it divides this range into halves, meaning 50% below, 50% above. Whenever price is here, 50% above means price is in the premium zone, which means price is expensive. And anytime price is 50% below this midpoint, it means price is in the discount zone, which means price is cheap, right? And we definitely want to buy from the cheap zone. Exactly, right? Then same thing applies to the bearish order flow as well. We mark from the low to the high. We mark from the low to the high. We mark from the low to the high, which means 50% above means premium, 50% below means discount. Same thing, right? Meaning in the bearish order flow, in the bearish market, we want to be selling from the premium zone, right? Want to be selling off from the premium zone. In a bullish market, want to be buying off from the discount zone. I hope that's making sense, right? Now, basically, all you have to do is just, and mind you, every pullback in a swing, like, every pullback to give a swing low that happens in the market, price always leave behind a POI, like point of interest, a zone the price is going to come back into, like tap into it, to test into basically, and to continue in its original direction. Same thing applies to the bearish order flow as well. Now, all you have to do with this is, since we know that, okay, the price is in a bullish, like market is in a bullish order flow, we're looking for buys, and price is somewhere around here, all you have to do is just simply wait for price to come into this zone before we buy off from it, giving us a pullback, then we'll buy off from that. Price will basically, like, relatively leave a POI around here. That is where price is going to come into. So all you have to do is just wait for price to come into this 50% discount zone, which means price will give you something like this. You wait for price to come in there, tap into the zone, and buy off, right? Giving us a new swing high and a new swing low, right? Same thing too applies to the bearish market. Price will always leave behind a POI after every swing high, right? And in a bearish market, price will always leave below a POI. We always leave behind a POI after every swing low. I hope you understand what I'm saying. So same thing applies right here. We have to wait for price to come into this area, into the 50% zone above, which is the premium zone, which is the expensive one. Then we'll sell off from there. Then price gives us a new lower low and a new lower high, which means a new swing high and a new swing low, right? I hope you getting it right. Now, mind you, for every swing high and swing low, after you're done using the Fibonacci, you can also like kind of continue in the original trend. This automatically becomes a new swing low and new swing high. I hope you understand. Then bring out your Fibonacci 2, mark it up 50% below discount, 50% above, 50% above premium. All you have to do is just wait for price to come back into that zone and buys off again, giving us like a new swing high and a new swing low, just like that. More of like a continuation till price decides to change the trend. Same thing applies to a bearish market as well. We have to wait for price to pull back into this expensive zone, which is a new expensive zone there, kinds of sells off from there, giving us a new lower low and a lower high, right? Which is you bring it out of Fibonacci 2. Same thing, bring the Fibonacci 2 down here, the range, which is the low and the high, marking it out. Wait for price to come back into a POI, right? Because price always leave a POI behind. Then you sell off from there. It's kind of like continue like that. That's what premium and discount basically means. It's a simple concept. It just helps you know what type of position you're going to place in the market and where you're supposed to be entering. And it kind of prevents you from buying when you're supposed to be selling, or selling when you're supposed to be buying. Like it just like stop all that mistakes of you buying at the top of a move and selling at the bottom, when you should be buying at the bottom then selling at the top, right? That is it. Now let's get straight into the chart and let me show you example of what I mean, right? Now, as you can see, the other flow right here is bullish, right? The other flow is bullish, very bullish. Now, we've got a swing high. Probably let me clear these drawings. Okay, let me leave it. We've got a swing high and a swing low right here, right? We've got a swing low, and a swing high, because the other flow is bullish. So we've got a swing low and a swing high because the other flow is bullish, right? Then all you have to do is just we know we're working within this range. We're working within this range and this range, right? We're working within this range, right? So all you have to do is just bring out our Fibonacci to mark it from the low to the high. That gives us 50% above premium, 50% below discount, right? Like I say, after every swing high, and swing low, price always leave behind a POI that it will likely retrace into back before it's continuing its original direction. For the POI is kind of going to throw the movement upward. So as you can see, price was in a discount area right here. Price moved, retraced and tapped into this POI. The market left behind before, then continue in its original direction, which is the bullish. Automatically, the move here is done, right? The next point that we're going to be working is this swing that we're going to be working with, is this swing low, and expecting market to give us a new swing high, and that happens once market gets to a point then start coming back. Then at the same time bring us our Fibonacci 2 to kind of get the division there, like divide it into halves, wait for price to come into this POI as well. Price comes to this POI before you probably see price do something like this. You also a new swing high like this, something like this. Then price steps into this POI to give us another swing high above, making this a new swing low. I hope you guys are kind of getting what I'm saying. Let's do for one more example. If I go up and I'll show you the bearish one. Now look at this one right there again. We have the swing high. We have the swing low, and the swing high. This is it, right? So we are working with this zone. We are working with this zone, and we are working with this zone. So this is the range which we are working in, So this is the range. Inside there is the range that we are working with, right? All you have to do is bring out the Fibonacci 2, mark it from the low to the high. That gives us our 50% above premium, 50% below discount, right? Like I do say, after every swing low, price will leave a POI behind, right? All you have to do is just wait for price to trace into this 50% discount area before you buy off. As you can see here, price tapped into this POI and buys off from there. Imagine a situation whereby you're buying at the top, you're going to get taken out of the trade eventually because you entered at the wrong place. You understand? You entered in the wrong place. So all you have to do is just look for price to retrace back into the discount area. Any POI you see here, that's what price is going to use more as a ground to bounce off from. That is it for the bullish order flow. That is how you apply the premium and discount concept into the market. This is the bullish, right? And let me show you the bearish as well. Let's go for a bearish example. A bearish example of what a code already that you can use to your advantage. So nice one, right? Okay. This is one. As you can see right here, we have our swing high and this is our swing low, right? This is our swing low, right? Meaning we are working with this low and this high, right? So basically this is the range we are working with. All you have to do is to kind of get to know where you're going to be selling from, because automatically the order flow is bullish, right? If you look at it clearly. And also this is very more active on the more effective on the daily, like I say, yeah, like daily time frame, like higher time frame, just put it that way. The order flow is continuously bullish, right? So all you have to do is just mark out the swing high and the swing low because it's a bearish market. Then after marking out your swing high and your swing low, bring out your Fibonacci, mark from the low to the high. Your Fibonacci to mark from the low to the high. So you get your 50% above premium, 50% below discount. Now the range is automatically in halves, right? 15% below, 50% above. All you have to do is just wait for price to retrace into the premium area before it starts selling off. As you can see, price retraced into the premium zone, which is the expensive zone, and sold off from there. Like I do say, your entry points, like the entry points where price tapped in become the new swing high, right? So this becomes our new swing high right there. then this becomes our low, like this, right? Meaning we are working with this range. I'm coming in with this kind of, meaning we are working with this range, working with this low and this high, right? So this becomes the range we are working in. It's right. Bring out your Fibonacci 2, and from the low to the high. Then you know what? You sell from the premium zone as always, which is 50% above, 50% below is discount, which is cheap. 50% above is premium, which is discount, right? Wait for price to tap into a POI right here. Then price sold off. So the basic concept of premium and discount is just sell from the premium, you buy from the discount, and make sure it's in alignment with like our market structure as well. Make sure it's in alignment with market structure, and it's advisable on the higher time frame as well. Like very much advisable on the higher time frame as well. Very, very much advisable on the higher time frame, because this is going to save you from unnecessary losses, and this is going to help you avoid so many losses, like so many losses. This is what this is exactly what I apply in our weekly market outlook. I determine the higher time frame bias first, then I wait for price to reach the right half of the range before looking for confirmation. Either I'm buying or selling. You don't need to complicate trading. Just ask yourself, is price cheap or is it expensive? Am I buying at the top or selling at the bottom? Or am I supposed to be selling at the top, buying at the bottom, then I'm doing the vice versa? Am I buying from the wrong place or the right place? Am I buying from the discount or the premium? And what's the market structure? Like the market order flow telling me, is it bullish or bearish? Stuff like that. Start there and you find it very easier to, get your bias right always. And it's going to help you avoid losses. Like I said, I'm getting like myself as well. If this video helped you, make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss the next one. Don't forget to hit the like button, and if you have any question, drop them in the comments. I will respond. This is the Trade Room Up. See you in the next one.